just as I was taught by my brother in darkness. The blade is sharp, and I am thorough. The meat of his face yields to my claws, and it tears free, leaving a bloody mess with its liberation from his skull. The traitor thrashes, he kicks out, screams, curses, begs. But I am deaf to these things, and my strength dominates his mortal fray. Why? He whimpers as I stand over him. I look from the skin mask staining my gauntlets red to his prone form. My reply whispers from my fox grill. There is a terror unique to subtlety in moments such as this. Because, I say, sheathing my flayer's knife, traitors must learn. There are fates worse than death. I awake from the dream, and I am cold. It is always so cold. What is left of me shrivels inside the false womb that sustains me. Awareness returns, and the circumstance of my half-life carves its way through my mind and into my heart. The weight of despair smothers itself around me. It is one of my 3 ever-present companions in this steel coffin. The cold, the despair, and the pain. I died. I am dead. Yet I live, and for this abomination I am afflicted with such agony. I crave the freedom of oblivion denied to me. Pain. It is the curse I bear for this circumventing of the laws of mortality. The red-robed adepts of the Mechanicum stand about me, chanting in the binaric cant of their cult. These things, these creatures of metal, forged in the shape of men, but having exercised their humanity. These are my jailers, my tormentors. I behold them through machine eyes, and I loathe them. I despise them. I hate them. They are cold, just as I am, but they chose this fate and revere it as a blessing. They venerate me for this, for the torture they inflict on me. Masochists, masquerading as the enlightened. I would kill them all, tear their metal bodies apart, piece by piece, until I found what little of them living remained inside. And then I would end them. And yet I stay my claws, the great adamantium talons that I now wield as hands, not for my sake or theirs, but for duty's sake. I have been drawn from the abyss of stasis back into the twilight of existence. I have been summoned to once more march in the name of vengeance. I am the remnant. I am a dreadnought, and even in death do I still serve. My hulking form thunders down the ribbed corridors of the death rattle. With each footfall, clarity returns to me like blood trickling from a wound. I cannot say how long it has been. I do not ask such questions. Years, decades, longer. The answers only reinforce the reality of my inhumanity, and I learned to stop asking a long time ago. My brothers, though still blessed to feel with their own flesh, with warm vitae still pumping through their veins, skulk around me with contemptuous arrogance. They do not even feign reverence. This legion has never been one to stand on ceremony, but when last I was awoken, my brothers in darkness still saluted my passing. Things have changed, and it is not just the manner of their character. Their armor, newer marks adorn them, sleeker and more efficient than the Mark II I was clad in all those years ago. It is worn, chipped, scratched and defiled with Nostraman glyphs. I look at them, and a sliver of recognition daggers its way into my mind. These are gang symbols that my brothers wear upon their armor. But for what purpose? How do these aid in fulfilling our purpose at his retribution? I would ponder on this, but battle calls, and the spite of the damned cold crawling across my ravaged flesh steals my momentary concern. I enter the drop pod bay. It is cavernous, just as I recall, and just as dimly lit.
Wait. No. It's darker. In fact, this entire ship is as black as night within its labyrinthian guts. Damn these false eyes that rob me of my true sight, that force me to see the world through lenses of crimson, and refuse to let me forget that I am more machine than man. Damn this sarcophagus. Damn the fates that imprison me within it. And damn this cold. The glyphs, my brother's nature, the dark. These thoughts, they scratch away inside my mind, even as tactical data is uploaded into my cogitator banks. I secure myself within my drop pod, the hiss of hydraulics as its pedal doors retract and close. A brother watches as I am sealed within, a coffin inside a coffin. Perhaps he appreciates the irony. I incline my form slightly as a salute. He stands there, a moment, motionless, expressionless, and then, just as my view of the bay is lost, he smiles, before winking an onyx black eye at me. I am cold. I am always so cold. But that smile, for a heartbeat, that smile froze my heart and turned the chemical concoctions those Martian priests call my blood to ice. The magnetic bindings inside the drop pod activate, and I am shaken from the moment with a jolt. Above me, I can hear the whirring of gears, the decompression of the pod's tube, and the growing whine of turbines. A mechanized voice begins a countdown. I cannot be sure if this is outside of the Dreadnought's chassis, broadcasted into the drop pod, or if it is being transmitted directly into my bastardized semi-machine brain. Red runes turn amber as the countdown reaches T-10 seconds. The drop pod's cogitators synchronize with my own, bestowing control of its trajectory to the world below. I pull up the tactical overlay and survey the landing zone. It is a barren landscape, a flat plain surrounded on all sides by an elevation in the terrain. I continue my analysis as the countdown reaches T-5 seconds. External clamps release as I observe the fortress dug into a rocky mesa at the plane's furthest reach. Open ground with little cover and ample opportunity for ambush. It is a kill zone. Fortunate then that the 8th will be joined by 7 other legions. I pity whoever or whatever is down there to warrant such a force. I pity my enemy, but I will show him no mercy. This world has transgressed against his Imperium, and I am his vengeance. This night, Istvan IV burns. Green runes flash, and the drop pod is launched with a force no mortal could hope to survive. Even my Astartes brethren would struggle to endure my descent. But I am a dreadnought, and I am already dead. I do not know what I will find on Istvan IV, but I am a servant of the Emperor of mankind. I am his retribution. And this night, his enemies will learn there are fates worse than death.